All right, so listen, if there was only one hack that you could put in your back pocket for when the weekend hits, any type of social gathering, with the holidays coming, then this would be it. This is something that I do all the time and people don't even realize that I'm doing it. And I do it so that I don't completely sabotage all my weight loss efforts just because the weekend hits or just because the holidays are here. So you do not want to miss this. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Stasia and I've recently lost 60 pounds following a whole food plant-based diet. And I've struggled with losing weight all my life, so believe me when I say I know the struggle. So I will be the first to admit that when the weekends get here, when the holidays are upon us, those are some of the most challenging times when you're trying to stick to your health and weight loss goals. So I'm gonna share with you the same hack that I keep in my back pocket all the time, and it works like a charm, and that is preloading. All right, so preloading can be used in a couple of different ways, so let me explain. So the first way, the more traditional way that we know preloading, is when you fill up on lower calorie dense foods before eating the main part of your meal. The idea behind this is that we lower the overall calorie density of that meal, helping to get you in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So this is something that I've done often along my weight loss journey. The best meals for me personally to preload in this way have been soups, if it's in the winter time, and more salads, or a lighter green smoothie in the summertime. It's an excellent way to kind of fill up your belly, take off the edge before sitting down to eat your main meal. But the preloading I'm going to be talking about in today's video is just slightly different. So when the weekend hits, I know that that can be, one of the most challenging times throughout the week when it comes to a health and weight loss journey. Why? Because often we're around other people who don't eat the way that we do. Oftentimes we're surrounded around unhealthy processed foods, or we're being invited out to dinner or invited over to someone's home. We don't know what they use to make the meals. There's multiple scenarios that we find ourselves in, and these often happen on the weekends. And much like the weekends, the holidays are here. So again, a time that we're going to be around a lot of social gatherings that we're normally not around. We're going to have a lot of food around us that we normally don't eat. So what do? Well, the truth is a lot of us unfortunately just say, forget it all. I'm diving all in and, just gonna have a good old time, eat whatever I want and deal with it on January 1st. Realistically, that happens more often than not. But I do have another way. So that we don't have to jump to that. And again, this can be used just, when Friday or Saturday night hits. It can be used when you've been invited out to any party, any time of the year. Okay, so before we jump into that second way of preloading for when the weekends hit or when the holidays hit, in case it's the first time that you're landing on one of my videos and you're also on a health and weight loss journey like I am, but just really confused about what you should be eating for weight loss, well, perhaps I can help, because while I was losing the 60 pounds, I actually kept track of all of the foods that I was eating the most to get the weight off, and then I put them together as ebooks containing all the recipes I was eating the most. And what makes my recipes different from most of the other amazing vegan recipes out there is that they were designed with weight loss specifically in mind, and that they contain zero overt fats. So there's no nuts, seeds, avocados, oil, any of those higher fat plant-based foods. So if you're feeling nervous about what to eat over the holidays, right now I'm running an amazing sale for the next 48 hours only, and that is that all my books are on sale for 60% off. If you'd like to check out the sale, the link will be found in the description box below. Now let's get back to this video. And again, this can be used just, when Friday or Saturday night hits. It can be used when you've been invited out to any party, any time of the year. And that is to preload or fill up on your healthy food just before going to the party, just before, hanging out with your significant other that doesn't eat the way you do, like me, and they're bringing out all the snacks. And so preloading in this sense isn't necessarily about filling up on non-starchy veggies or lower calorie dense foods. It's about making sure that you're not walking into an unpredictable environment that you feel out of control in and getting that control back. And how we do that is that we make sure that we're full on the foods that we normally eat, the foods that are healthy for us, the foods that are going to support our health and weight loss journeys, not sabotage them. So the best analogy that I can give is like going to the grocery store when you're starving. We all know that that's a big no-no, because what happens is our eyes are bigger than our stomach. We're more tempted to eat foods that we normally wouldn't eat because we're hungry. We're really hungry. So everything looks good. So it's the same idea. You wouldn't want to go to the grocery store that way. It's best to go after you've eaten on a full stomach. You're less tempted. Same idea here. And this is something that I do all the time. So if I know that I'm going to be hanging out with my husband or hanging out with a friend, going out for dinner, going to someone's house, the first thing I will say to my husband is, well, just wait a second. I got to make sure that I eat. So I make sure that I eat something that I normally eat, make sure that I'm not starving or ravenous. And then that way, if I do end up having a little bit of something that I normally wouldn't eat, it's not going to completely sabotage all my health and weight loss efforts. I can have a little bit, knowing that I'm not going to lose control of myself, knowing that I probably realistically won't even want a lot because I'm already full. And this hack has worked for me all throughout losing 60 pounds. For me personally, it has been the best weight loss hack. I am living proof that it is not about perfection, because I have been far from what some would consider perfect along my weight loss journey, but it is about being consistent, and it's the things that we do consistently the most of that yield whatever results it's going to be, whether that be good or bad. So when I'm, 90% consistent all the time, but life happens sometimes, like Christmas, like the holidays, like birthdays, like the weekends, life happens, and it's normal that sometimes we might want to indulge in a little something that we don't eat normally. So this hack is literally the best thing that you can do. So just make sure, if it's a weekend, if it's a party, if it's a social gathering over the holidays, that you're not showing up with an empty stomach and then expecting yourself to have full control and getting really upset and hard on yourself when you've lost it. This is literally the best way to keep yourself in check, keep your weight loss goals at the forefront of your mind, and doing something proactively that nobody else even has to know that you're doing it. That's kind of the beauty in it. You're not the elephant in the room. Nobody even knows that you're doing it. So just either eat before you go. If that's not possible, bring something in your purse. And in this case, unlike the first version of preloading, make sure that you actually do eat something that's going to sustain you, that's going to be a little bit heavier, because you're just going to be a lot less tempted to eat something that you normally wouldn't be eating. And if you do end up wanting, a slice of your mom's favorite pie you've known your whole life, if you want a little handful of chips at the party, you will be able to have control over that if you've already taken the steps to make sure that you've nourished your body the way that you normally do, you filled up on all the good stuff, and there's only like a tiny bit of room left over anyways for any type of indulgence. You'll be golden. And you'll be so much happier for it mentally as well, knowing that you did have control over the situation and that you don't have to have that all or nothing mentality or throw in the towel, so to speak, just because you messed up. You never have to think like that, actually. Weight loss is not a black and white thing. It's not an all or nothing thing. That's precisely the territory that kept me not being able to lose weight for many, many years. It's really all about trying to figure out how to control ourselves when we are presented with these unpredictable situations. And I'm telling you, this weight loss hack is everything. I hope that you'll remember this weight loss hack when you find yourself in a situation that you're a little bit nervous about what you're gonna do. It works like a charm. And also, don't forget about that awesome book sale that I mentioned earlier in this video. It will only be on for the next 48 hours. So again, you can find the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we will see you in the next one.